Welcome back, everyone, to the ESOC New Year's Classic tournament. This is a mono-civ tournament, meaning that both players will choose one civilization which they will play the entire tournament. As we can see, Kaiserklein has picked German, and Soldier has picked German as well. I'm not sure if that are the right civilizations, but I guess they are. Um, this is Florida. And a German mirror. What do you think? By the way, I'm with SirCallen casting right here. We switched casters for the next series because of issues, but I'm very happy to cast with Callan.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Thanks for having me, Ward. Like you said, we have a German mirror here on ESOC, Florida. Interesting to note, Florida is in this winter spawn. I believe the devs kind of pushed out um, winter style maps for the festive holiday and New Year. So I think that's what we got going on here. It's a
Quite
German
nice.
mirror, and I would say both these players main German. I think that that's sort of their first civilization to play when they get the chance. So I think we're going to see like some cool games, some impressive play because there are a lot of different things you can do in this matchup.
Yeah, you can go for an Ulan semi, or you can do like an H2 push. You kind of have to scout what your opponent does. If he drops a Rex, or if he just drops a stable, ship 700 gold, and just ages and goes for Black Rider or something. You can do. It's a yeah, it's a mirror, but it's still kind of versatile because it requires like scouting and good anticipation of what your opponent's doing.
Yeah, and we've even seen Kaiser drop a saloon and build Comancheros, the outlaw sort of goon unit in H2. I'm not sure if that's available on this particular map, but it's another option that I think is actually viable because, like you said, that Ulan semi-FF is pretty meta, and so building a goon unit in H2 can give yourself an advantage. But
Yeah, I'm interested to see. So Kaiser picking up 100 food in the bottom of the map and Soldier 80 wood on top of the map. And he has also picked up 105 coin. And they start with the market. So let's see if they have both hunting dogs. Yes, exactly the same.
yeah, both these players are on top of it. I kind of prefer that. I mean, that 80 wood treasure is nice, but 100 food is going to let Kaiser maybe potentially age a Ville sooner than Soldier. Although, with such an early hunting dogs and market start for both players, I imagine both will just age with standard 17 Villes. They both got their two settler wagons at around the same time, and both are sort of mid map looking for more treasures. There is this 135 coin here. I think that that's sort of the last big treasure around.
Yeah. Notice though that Kaiser is already up and Soldier is 200 food off. So a little bit better macro, but that's because of the 100 food, of course. I forgot. Um,
Yeah, so I guess that did allow him to age a bill early.
yeah.
We'll see if he gets a shipment. Germany, for those who don't know, German cards are quite good. They get a lot of value for them, but to offset that, they are penalized with their XP trickle. And normally they like to build a trading post as soon as they can, and they will off a 200 wood start, but both players did not start with 200 wood, so Kaiserklein doesn't have his trading post down yet, and I'll be anxious to see if he has a card to send when he's actually up in age 2.
I don't think he will. Mentioning those trading posts, this map is exactly symmetrical, and both players have exactly the same amount of available TPs, so it's exactly a mirror. They can go both for. Oh no! Wait, can you get this TP as the bottom player? I don't think so,
Um,
right?
yeah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't think so either. Which is, Florida is probably my favorite ESOC map. Um, because I don't know, it has water, it has these like rich resources, starting market, good treasures. But I actually like that kind of you can't really stagecoach. It's not very viable because you can't get like 3-to-1 TPs, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
one of my favorite maps to watch games on.
yeah, it's a really good balanced map. Um,
Yeah. So yeah, Kaiser's clicked up and he doesn't have a shipment to send yet. Um, So that's kind of unfortunate because you want to age fast because you get access to those good, better shipments sooner, and it didn't really happen here. So
Yeah, he's just gonna be a little bit faster with his infrastructure, but in a mirror, it doesn't. Yeah, like 20 seconds isn't that big of a deal, I guess, with infrastructure, and it's more like the macro behind it that kind of matters.
yeah, and here we have our first discrepancy in builds. Kaiser's building a stable in base, and Soldier's laying down a Rax.
Hmm.
So I mean, I imagine that we're only going to see Doppelsonders come out of this Rax. I don't know what else he'd make, but in-base Doppelsonders is pretty passive. It's maybe possible that Soldier's going to go for a sort of timing push when Kaiserklein is aging and try to get down a stable or a house or two. But first off, he's got to not lose any villagers to these incoming 7 Ulans.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious to see if he can actually deal with them. Like if he splits them, they can cause like a lot of annoyance for Soldier. Um,
Yeah, definitely. He does scout them though, and he's going to get these villagers away. It looks like. Oh, I mean, unless they block one here, which they will, and that's a 2 villager kill.
oh, and the 5 dubs just
Wow.
spawning on the Ulans, but not really getting a sweep off of them. So he's getting out without. Yeah, he lost some HP on the Ulans, but he still caused
Yeah.
idle time, and he got a fill, I guess.
I mean, he got 2 settler
Oh, 2
wagons.
settler
So
wagons. Oh,
just like this, he's Kaiserklein is up 4 recalculated villagers, and he doesn't have enough Ulans here to snare for these Dops to catch up, and he's just kind of behind. I mean, these Ulans are so they have such large attack that they can DPS villagers down a crazy amount.
yeah. So next card probably going to be 700 wood for both players. But like now, Kaiser can choose to either age and defend with a Minuteman against this, or he can choose to drop down a Rex and just push of his own. But yeah, he can even kill this, but it's not that cost effective
Yeah,
with the
I
TC
I
fire.
mean, yeah, I'd put some TC fire on these Dops and try to cut off reinforcements, which he is doing. He's going to catch those 2 reinforcing Ulans, but they're more reinforcing Dops. So yeah, Minutemen are out. He does have to deal with this siege somehow. His stable is right out in front.
Yeah. Soldier reacting quite late with the double stunners on the racks, but only losing one, fortunately. Um, so he's not gonna be uh, bruised too badly
Ich
right
bin
there.
verwundet und kann mich
Yeah,
nicht
and
bewegen.
Kaiserklein is laying down a Rax himself with the 700 wood. I mean, I think he realizes that he's up 4 villagers. Kind of the best way for him to lose this game is if he lets this dot push get a lot of value. So I think he's just going to be making Doppelsonders of his own and just defending this and going up to age 3 with 700 coin. And he's trying to keep these Minutemen alive and doing a very good job at it. This Soldier's Explorer should be shooting these
Yeah,
guys down. They have no
yeah,
hit
exactly.
points.
Um, so Soldier stacking quite a lot of gold right now. What does he have in queue? Two dot? No, he has nothing in queue. I guess he's just a little bit mismarked right here.
Yeah, I guess so. 700 coin comes in for him.
Hmm.
And he's eating 1 sheep. I don't know if he's going to try to age off this or what. It definitely feels like he needs to make something happen, but potentially he can do that up in age 3 as well.
Yeah, he's 4 fields behind. He's getting the 135 coin though. Which is gonna be more coin for him.
Yeah, unfortunately it's maybe not the resource he needs at the moment, but free resources never too bad. And yeah, Soldier's definitely trying to age here, and Kaiserklein's already clicked up though, so
Yeah.
um,
Also to mention that he didn't hurt these hunts, so maybe if Kaiserklein decides to push with his superior mass of Ulans and some skirms or something, he can kind of deny like gathering from these hunts, which can be quite problematic later on.
yeah, that is pretty big. I wonder what the first card will be that each player will send in age 3. I think Kaiserklein can get away with 1k wood, and I think anytime you can send 1k wood and your opponent maybe doesn't, then you're in a pretty pretty good spot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll see just a second. Soldier now being in the third age as well. Um, they'll both have access to skirmisher and war wagons right now. Um, you can do like a lot of combos. Like I've seen even war wagon falconets in this matchup because of the Ulans being slightly nerfed with 10 HP. It's 10, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But they're
Yeah,
still a decent cavalry unit, I guess.
they're decent cav. They just don't have kind of the most important statistic for a cavalry unit is hit points, just because the snare mechanic is so huge in this game. And yeah, Ulan are kind of high attack, lower hit points, and so their usefulness in H3 when you get these better units out, these better compositions and more technology, their usefulness kind of dwindles. So we have been seeing a lot of, like you said, like especially a lot of war wagons, it feels like, out of Germany lately, which is interesting because historically they're a pretty awkward unit and not everyone really wants to train them. But they are pretty decent, like statistics wise, and actually I think war wagons would do pretty well versus the stop mass if they're microed properly.
Now the problem is if you can get deep enough in the base and they can hit something, then they can do quite fine, because I think that's the real problem with like doppelsolners. They're quite slow and they're awkward, but if they can hit something and they hit anything, then they can do quite well against pretty much every unit.
Yeah, and it looks like Kaiser's trying to go for like a doppelsonder cheese here. I mean, he shipped 5 doppelsonders in H3 first. You don't see that very often, and he was taking care to keep his doppelsonders hidden from Kaiserklein's Explorer when he was going around scouting. So I think he's going to sort of rely on, I mean, doppelsonders are one of those swinging units where you can take a fight and win hard. It's difficult, but it's possible. And Kaiserklein's making a lot of Ulan, so it might work.
I'm not sure if I agree with the 5 dops right here, but like in my opinion, if you send the unit shipment, you kind of have to do something with it, because Kaiserklein has shipped 1,000 wood, and he just got it for free. And now at some point Kaiser is going to have enough mass and is going to be able to push, and then in response to that, Soldier is probably going to have to ship units as well to hold or to defend, which will result in not having the 1k wood and less infrastructure and more fields and woods and less mass.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I think in Goodspeed's guide he says if you ship units, you should use them immediately. Crates are longer term and upgrade cards are longer. And yeah, he sort of shipped those units and then just kind of sat in base for a few minutes. Looks like he's trying to get out there now. The thing is, there are a lot of Ulans here for Kaiser, but I think we might see some pretty micro from Kaiser where he does the pull trick on these skirmishers and can sort of maybe DPS down these dops pretty quick. I guess we'll see. I mean, this is just like a lot of doppelsonders. It's kind of scary, even though he's down a military population.
Yeah, that's true. And these Ulans are used as anti-cav, so he has to block the Ulans from hitting the skirms. But if the doppelsonders get in contact with the Ulans, then the cav fight is going to turn out real quick. And these 3 dops are the only anti-cav for.
Yeah, and Soldier's just going to slam things down, and he's going to kill a lot of villagers during this fight. And I think he's got 5 Ulans here on these skirmishers and doppelsonders on these Ulans. Does he have enough doppelsonders on the Ulans?
And the doppelsonders catching the skirms and the Ulans snaring them.
Yeah, just like this, I think he's winning this fight.
Yeah, kinda. And even more Ulans reinforcing, but he's losing this battle. But at the end of the day, if he has 7 dops, then these 20 Ulans are just gonna fly.
Yeah, and he's up 9 villagers now. He didn't see these villagers, and they're gonna escape. The stable going down, and yeah, if he can kill this Rex, I mean, what kills these doppelsonders? Kaiserklein has to ship skirmishers.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's not spending the shipment.
he shipped 1k gold though, and he has a shipment ready, but I don't know what that 1k went into.
I think just units.
Yeah, I guess units.
Yeah, I don't think he has mercs on the way or anything like that. But okay, so now Soldier just kind of has to survive this like 40 Ulan mass. Because I mean, if this right clicks the mine, then just like that, the villagers are back equal pops, and yeah, they are gonna catch some bills.
Oh, he did ship Black Riders.
And Black Riders are here, so I mean, okay, so Soldier evened out the economic populations, but now he's very behind in military, and so I guess Kaiserklein is still in a favorable position. Riders out of Soldier of his own, so.
Yeah, but with his superior Ulan mass, like he's gonna have to try and shoot the Ulans, but the Black Riders can shoot the Black Riders, so yeah, and he kind of has no skirms
Yeah.
at all. And look at this, oh.
Yeah, this is a devastating raid here. And Soldier's raiding party is getting caught out with these Black Riders, and yeah, it just feels like he's pretty far behind. Although he does have, he's going to pick off a lot of these Ulans with the Black Riders in base, but I just don't think it'll be enough.
Actually,
he only has 26 villagers now.
Oh, but these 8 Ulan reinforcing, but now the Black Riders with Kaiser coming in.
Yeah.
But actually, this was quite nice fight for Soldier, I feel like, because he cleaned up most of the Ulans, but now the 8 skirms are gonna form the problem right here.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent trade for Soldier, but he just lost too many villagers in the raids leading up to the fight, I think, and I don't know. He's got to do another. He's got to put on another raid. But I mean, Kaiserklein is sniffing out this raiding party pretty well, actually.
Nice anticipation by him.
Yeah. You know, he recognizes his villagers and his economy is in the sort of northwestern part of the map, and so he positions his army there. It's pretty fundamental, but good to see. I mean, even at top play, we don't see that all the time.
Also worth mentioning is that I think Kaiserklein probably anticipated that raid because he clicked on the gold mine and saw that there was only 120 gold left. So he had to move out on the map for one of these 2 gold mines in the middle, which probably caused him to put his army right there. So he knew that either his villagers were gonna come there or his army to secure it. So that was pretty nice.
Yeah, definitely. And Jaeger's got for Kaiserklein. That's going to be pretty tough to deal with. Soldier doesn't have a lot of units out in the field right now. He's behind in economy and military at this point, so he's going to need another sort of miracle fight to get back in this, and he just doesn't really have the units to do it.
Kaiserklein now is Jaegers.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a GG coming up here.
I think so too. I mean, I guess, yeah, okay, there it is. It's a pretty entertaining first game. I mean, despite just losing 4 villagers at the start, Soldier kind of made a game out of it. And you don't often see people shipping 5 drops in H3 and like making it work, so that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons was that the cavalry was quite out of position to defend versus the skirms, but he only had like 15 of them, so sniping like the tops without engaging is quite hard.
Yeah.
Kaiser outgathering Soldier by quite a bit, but that was mostly because of the fills at the start.
Yeah, and I don't believe did Soldier like ever ship crates in H3?
No, 1,000 wood and 1,000 gold. I can't switch the text. Good game. The first game goes to Kaiser.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the chat here. Wicked Classic saying that in that first big fight, if Soldier hadn't sort of engaged the villagers or on that gold mine and instead cleaned up the units, maybe it would have gone a little better. Because once you're up in military, then you can pressure the resources.
Hmm.
It's kind of a tough decision when you're in the game because you see all those exposed villagers and you have like 15 Ulans. Um, why wouldn't you click them, I guess?
I guess it was kind of out of consideration that he was behind economically and he had to do some economic damage. And maybe he thought if he did enough economic damage, then he could hold whatever was coming. But yeah, I guess it just snowballed out there. Uh, Wait, let me check the map pool. Florida, Klondike. Ah, it was
All
here.
right,
Here was the veto. Yeah.
Pampas Sierras then.
So, game number 2 between Kaiserklein and SirCallen. Uh, Again, a German mirror on Pampas Sierras. No TP map. Curious to see if we're gonna get some tower or tower rush or maybe some Incas, um, some natives, and do some damage or win the game.
Yeah, I'm curious too. Um, of course, Germany, not always the top pick on no TP maps. I think we mentioned this last game. They really benefit off experience and they like building trading posts. But both players are playing Germany. It is a German mirror, and so that disadvantage is shared mutually. So we could see all sorts of stuff. I imagine definitely going to see some H2 play. The Incas, I think we've seen Incas a few times in this tournament on this map, and they're always a real joy to watch.
Yeah. Also mentioning there are llamas on this map, which can be a quite nice boost if you like miss macro a bit or later in the game when you're out of food and you need food. Both players going straight to the left side to get those, as they know that this map is quite low on food. But mentioning the food, um, I think Kaiser is missing a hunt, if I'm correct, on this side.
Um, yeah, it seems so. Yeah, because hmm,
Yeah, because he has this one,
yeah,
and this one.
yeah, and yeah, this one is too far to be
Yeah.
considered Kaiser's third. Um,
All right.
yeah, I'll pause it. He says it's
Um,
fine.
but wait, one sec.
My,
Are
Okay.
you ready?
Yeah, sure. If he wants to go.
Yes.
and mines look balanced.
Yeah, the mines are fine. But like, isn't there supposed to be a hunt here as well? That's what I was thinking. Like he's missing two hunts even. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then the middle one. Nah.
No, because this is another hunt here. So he has 2 by his TC and a
Okay.
starting. Soldier has his starting and 3 by his TC.
All right. Um, both players going for a market.
Yeah,
Uh, both
heist
players have,
completed.
yeah, hunting dogs exactly at the same time.
Yeah, it's the same as last game. If we look at the llama difference, both players have 3 llamas. There are still 2 llamas left unscattered on the map. So far, this is a pretty equal age one. This is about as mirrored as it gets.
Mentioning though,
Um,
Kaiser has picked up 80 wood. Um,
yeah, Soldier's gonna get 90 food though. It's kind of like last game where Soldier got 80 wood and Kaiserklein got 100 food.
yeah.
And these treasures offset each other quite decently because wood is such a good treasure or good resource to get in age one, but Kaiserklein can't really spend it. Uh, although I guess he got it before he built his house, so never mind.
Yeah, he overchopped 36 wood, which is fine, I guess, gathering the AD wood. But
Yeah.
I think they both converted, bought the 100 wood. Was it the gold start? I didn't see actually. I guess
It
it
was
was.
Woodstock.
Ah, wood start. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, I mean, both players are clicking up within like the same quarter second. So pretty
Pretty even.
even age one here. We'll have to wait for age two for some imbalances. Um,
This scout is gonna be nice though.
oh, that definitely. I mean, having a scout placed correctly can just like win a game sometimes. So like this is a huge pickup.
Yeah.
Kaiserklein getting 75 wood though, which is still a good treasure. But yeah, he's got to take care not to lose this scout. And Kaiserklein should be aware that that treasure was picked up and should try to keep his explorer around his base in early age two. And actually, yeah, it's going to scout this settler wagon.
So nicely scouted. And is he gonna build the native post? No, I think it's gonna be a tower rush from him.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Tower Rush. And Kaiserklein has Tower Rushed quite a bit with Germany. I think it seems to be his favorite thing to do on non-TP maps. And with like map control like this, I mean, it's definitely not bad.
Yeah.
Soldier's not hurting in these hunts. I mean, he
Yeah.
only has one hunt in base.
For the people not knowing what the tower rush exactly is, so outposts can receive shipments. And the point of that is Germany has quite good military shipments in H2, +2 Uhlans. So they would throw a racks down, make units, and then combine it with the shipment from the tower, and so they don't have to walk all the way down from the TC, which will make your push like around 20 or 25 seconds faster. So that's to put a lot of pressure on SirCallen right here. And we can
Yeah, it's sort of Germany's go-to rush build, I guess.
yeah, and he's gonna
And
throw it down but he's blocking his own mine, so it's gonna be bows from him as well.
yeah, the mine to the right is a little bit more sheltered. It could be pushed by Kaiserklein, but Soldier can maybe sneak some vills back there. I guess let's see what. Yeah, 8 crossbows come out first for Kaiserklein, so this is definitely going to be an aggressive push. And 700 wood for Soldier.
This
But it
scout
feels
is
like Soldier.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, the scout is huge, but I don't know. I'd maybe just call Minutemen right now if I'm Soldier.
I don't think he has the resources for it. He has 126 gold.
Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe TC Fire will be enough just to repel this.
Yeah, the TC
Yeah,
is
it looks
gonna deal with the Uhlans quite nice, but
yeah.
now Soldier doesn't have a third shipment, third shipment yet. So these bows are just gonna idle him for a long time, and that's exactly what Kaiser wants here.
Yeah, although he's getting 5 crossbows out himself.
Oh, yeah.
Won't be taking the best trade here, fighting 5 on 8, but and pikemen coming down for Kaiserklein. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much danger soldiers in. He's not really losing villagers.
Yeah, I guess losing like houses and infrastructure in general is gonna be the most damage you can do right here. He's not gonna be able to kill him right off the bat, but like sieging these wrecks is just putting pressure on him to actually make something happen before it goes down.
Yeah, but a shipment should be popping out here any second for Soldier, I think. I think he'll be able to save this Rax.
Oh, 3 settler wagons, that's quite greedy.
Ooh, that is greedy. But
Minutemen
Minutemen coming out, and he's totally fine. And just like this, I mean, Kaiserklein shipped 3 settler wagons to his FB. I don't know if that'll hinder him or not. But I don't think it was intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see him repair his racks though, because that's gonna be.
Yeah.
But he repaired it, but now it stops repairing.
Yeah, Kaiserklein pretty cheeky in there, just shooting 1 volley off on the rack so it stops repairing. And then I believe then that wood is just kind of wasted, right?
Yeah.
You have to
use
more wood
back,
to repair
I guess.
it. Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm correct. I'm barely repairing things and see if it gets sieged and gets back. But
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Neither player has a stable. Yeah, you don't see this often in German mirrors, but
I'm not sure why Soldier was pushing out though. He held the rush and he didn't. Yeah, he probably had to scout to see what was going on.
yeah, I guess he just didn't feel very threatened, and I don't think he should feel threatened. I guess if we look at what both players have gotten out of this game, Soldier's been able to ship 700 wood instead of 8 crossbows, a much higher value shipment first, and he hasn't really lost anything. He hasn't lost any buildings. He hasn't lost any. He's lost one villager. Whereas Kaiserklein, sent 8 bows first, kind of a lesser value. So things are still, I guess, pretty even.
Yeah, they're exactly the same right now.
Yeah,
Except for the military population where he has 5 more bows, but I guess Soldier has 5 more in queue, and that's gonna even things out again. It's stable coming for Kaiser though.
yeah. Kaiserklein stacking like almost the entirety of the 700 wood shipment. And wow, this rack's didn't get repaired by Soldier, so
It's gonna go
it's
down.
in danger of coming
Oh,
down.
no.
It's so close, but yeah, if Kaiserklein stays to siege that, he'll just lose too many units.
But Soldier having a little bit more bows, I guess now. Oh no, it's because of the hero, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if the scout scouted the stable though.
Yeah, I
I
don't think
guess
it
it's
has. And Soldier hasn't made a single anti-cap unit all game. Um, and it's still more bows in queue. So like an Ulan timing here could hit pretty hard.
yeah. Yeah, the scout nicely moving because he knows the hero is down next to his TC, so he has no fear of getting revealed right there. But yeah, some Ulan's coming out now, and maybe with the next shipment of 700 gold or something to spam more, and then with the 2 extras, he's gonna have a lot of Ulans, and I don't know if Soldier can deal with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure he can either. He's not making any more military buildings. He's shipped 3 Doppelsonnets. Right now, that represents his entire anti-cav army, although he is making 5 pikemen. So Soldier did see these Ulans with his native scout and is adjusting accordingly.
Yeah, he
We'll
scouted
just
the
have to be,
stable as well, so
yeah, we'll just have to see if it's enough, because right now we do have 2 military building production versus just 1 military building, and sort of the unit discrepancy that can grow out of that might just snowball in favor of Kaiserklein.
some dobs from Kaiser. Yeah, that could be okay. So we see 700 gold from Kaiser, and he'll probably get like 5 more Ulan, and then we're gonna see like a push, or maybe he's gonna wait for more dobs. Yeah, he has
Yeah,
5 more dobs in
he's
queue.
5 in queue. That's going to be a lot of siege. And once this Rax goes down, it is getting repaired finally. But once the Rax goes down, Soldier will have no way of making units to defend. And he's currently popped. I mean, he doesn't really have the wood to spare on a building right now.
He also doesn't have Minutemen anymore, so yeah, I'm curious to see how he's going to hold. Maybe he's going to. He has no gold income as well. Um, these 2 Doppelsonners nicely placed though, um, anticipating like a raid. But
Yeah, that is nice. They're 3 dops there. They might find themselves sorely missed in the
oh,
event of a fight.
yeah, because they can be quite useful. Like if they
Yeah.
even blocking like pikemen onto your own cav or the dobs.
Yeah,
Can
I
be
mean,
quite nice.
those 3 Doppelsonners represent 600 resources. It's not a small amount.
And
I
Kaiser
don't know.
still
I'm
has the
wait.
map. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I was just saying. Excuse me. Kaiserklein might just be trying to starve Soldier, because right now Soldier is gathering outside of his base. if he targets those resources, that could be good for him. But he's just gonna right click here into the army.
Yeah, and he timed it with 5 more dobs and 3 dobs from the tower. But nice 5 dobs coming from his right, hitting the cavalry and having a quite a nice position. But now Kaiser's dobs are going to get on the pikemen and
yeah, there's just too many
crossbows.
dops here, and
Yeah.
the Ulans are coming in too, and you just can't really micro this. I mean, there's just not enough stuff. These pikemen are losing to these dops so hard, and there's nothing to really stop these Ulans from getting on these crossbows. Just 2 Ulans coming out, and soldiers just shipped coins, so that's not really going to get them a lot of value immediately. And yeah, these 3 dops are just not participating at all.
Yeah, they could have kind of tanked like a few more shots from the crossbow, keeping his own pikemen or anything else alive and slamming into the cavalry. And we're gonna see a GG here from Soldier.
Yeah, so Kaiserklein takes the series with a lead of 2-0, and just like that, the big dock slam was too much. There's just too much stuff.
Yeah, well played by Kaiser.
Yeah.
As we can see here, this boost of like 5 dobs and 3 dobs and 2 Ulans from the tower was the go time for him, because just before that the military unit population was quite even, um, but later on the crates coming in a little bit faster for Kaiser, just yeah.
Yeah, and he shipped 700 wood and then 700 coin. And that really helped increase his unit production. We see soldiers shipping sort of unit shipments before 700 coin, and so his mass just wasn't as large at the critical moment. And just like these sort of little discrepancies and imbalances in the build orders, and when you send cards, can actually make a pretty big difference.
Mhm. As you can see in the idle villager graph here, Soldier from minute 5:30, he almost had 10 villagers idle for an entire 2 minutes, which is exactly what the tire rush is meant to do. It's not per se to kill someone immediately, because it's still a mirror and both players have access to the same shipments and units, but it's more to idle your opponent and get the upper hand that way.
Yeah, definitely, that's a good thing to point out. And that idle time is can be very valuable, especially when you have these sort of cheap units like crossbowmen and pikemen. It's not so much of a burden when they die to TC fire.
Um, Next map is indeed gonna be Hudson Bay. Yes, and then Fertile Crescent and Mendocino if it comes to that. Kaiserklein being on match point here. Interesting to see if we're gonna see like a little change in play, some more aggressiveness from Soldier, because he has been quite passive for the past 2 games. Um, I'm
Yeah,
I'm not used to seeing him play so passive, actually.
yeah. So one thing I'm going to point out is I don't remember which year it was, but one of the big tournaments, Soldier got matched up with Ryan H2O, and the matchup was a German mirror on this map. It was game 1 of the series, and Soldier won it, and then that's where the catchphrase, Soldier hype came out of and stuff. So I think if there's any map to do it, I think it's going to be this one. Maybe he will remember the build he did or what it felt like, and he'll put pressure to Kaiser, because it was like aggressive dot play from Soldier that won him the game. So
I remember.
maybe we'll see that here.
I think that was the only game that H2O lost in the tournament, except for the finals, right there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it was the
so
spring tourney as well.
yeah, it was like
The first
it was
one, I
like
think.
this.
Yeah, the first or the
It was
second.
either the first or the second,
Yeah.
something like that. But well, it was a wood start here for this game. So both players, I imagine, are going to be building their trading posts, and both are electing to build it in the most sheltered spot.
Yeah.
I guess if you build it out here, it's kind of susceptible to, doubtful siege and whatnot. So
Notice how Kaiser turned around when he saw it was the different spawn for the map, like the 4 TP spawn instead of the 3 TPs in the middle, because they can spawn both. Because now he's gonna have the same. If he would have built it here, then he would have had to pass like a little bit later, but now he gets it like 10 or 20 seconds earlier, I guess, which
Yeah,
is
he is.
quite nice for him
Yeah,
to adapt to.
yeah. Both players are going to be getting. Soldier got the pass first, but Kaiserklein will get it in time to get his 2 settler wagons out at about the same time. So not a huge difference. And Kaiser going for 90 food right now, and Soldier's making his way over here. He could potentially steal this or snare and kill Kaiserklein's explorer.
I Is he gonna be in time? That's the question. Yeah, Kaiser needs
Mm,
one more
he
shot, so.
is. Yeah. Oh,
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 and the
and
bug, and
Soldier
the
gets
treasure
it.
bug, and he has to get out because he's gonna get snared otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, that treasure bug is unfortunate. For those who don't know, it seems like when all the guardians are killed and you right click the treasure, the it's not really a bug. I think it's just really poor pathing. Your explorer like walks around a bit before they pick it up, and it's like an unfortunate kind of random part of the game. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's more. It's also like the timing. Like the game needs to register that the treasure guarding is dead, and I think the game is just slower than your human reaction time.
yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, with the latency and stuff. Although I mean, bit of consolation, Kaiserklein is going to happen upon this 150 coin. And it doesn't look like Soldier's going to be in a position to steal it. So that's a really good good treasure to get. He's going to be quite happy with that.
Yeah, and Matt, the German explorer, is going for this 135 XP treasure, which
Yeah,
is also gonna
Matt.
be.
Sorry, it's just I don't know. I don't know why that made me laugh. So
Oh no, actually, he shot this 125 wood. I failed to see that.
oh yeah, he's just going to go and pick
Oh,
that right back up.
that's
That's
quite
great.
nice.
Yeah,
And now because of the 90 food, Soldier is going to be up like a full 15 seconds or so faster than Kaiser. Nah, 10 seconds, I guess.
yeah. Kaiserklein's choosing not to build that extra villager and just sort of idle his TC a bit before he goes up. So yeah, he will just be behind like 10 or 15 seconds. Not game changing at this point, but definitely something to note. And yeah, pretty good H1 for Soldier here. His Explorer has way more hit points now and is able to sort of deny Kaiserklein scouting.
Yeah, and as we saw last game, the scouting kind of pays off in a way. Knowing where the opponent's army is, what he's doing, what he's dropping down in rack stable, um, kind of important.
Yeah, it is for sure, and that's something Kaiserklein tries to do a lot every game. He's a good scouter, and he's just getting denied. Although hmm, Soldier's picking off this 100 wood, and I
I
think
think he's
Kaiserklein kind of
baiting.
sees it.
I think he's
Oh
baiting
yeah,
his explorer, but I think Kaiser's shot is about to reset, so he might just go suicide himself into the treasure and just pick it up, try to pick it up.
I think you're right. Yeah, he's going to right here. Excuse me.
Oh, and
Or I
he's
mean,
trying to bait the click. So
yeah, it's
oh, and
just
he
some
got it.
games at this point. That's so close, actually.
Oh no, what?
Whoa, Soldier got it.
That was
Whoa.
like milliseconds
Yeah,
of a
I thought
click.
it was Kaiserklein too. Oh man, Soldiers had such a good
Wow.
age one. This is insane.
Yeah, and yeah, and this explorer is low hit points, and he's just gonna have a free scout off. Oh, but
Yeah,
scaring the explorer away with the idle with the villagers
yeah.
in the TC.
So
So
I mean, M-base racks coming down for Soldier. He's been doing this every game, and oh, a saloon for Kaiser. So here we are. I believe this is a map where you do get Comancheros. Yes, so that
yeah,
H2 goon unit, like I said, might be coming out.
but
But
they're quite expensive, aren't they? They're like 180 gold or something, I guess.
yeah, I don't know to tell you. Maybe that sounds about right. 180 resources. And Soldier didn't make a stable. It's not like we'll be seeing a typical Cav semi FF.
Paladin
So
settlements coming in for Kaiser.
yep, this is This is Kaiserklein's Merc build. For those who don't know, this card for Germany lets it increases population by houses by 20. So now every house gives you 30 population. And Mercs in Age 2 costs like 6 or 7 population per unit, something insane to sort of balance them. And so this lets you build Mercs sort of uninhibited by the cost of all these houses that you need.
Yeah.
Soldier picking up 135 XP. He's got so many good treasures this game.
He has 125 XP, 100 wood, 125 wood, 90 food. All nice. But Kaiser also got like 200 gold in Age 1, which is also not bad. Ooh, the Comancheras is right here.
Yeah, and they don't do very well versus these dops. I mean, they can kite them forever, but they don't do a whole lot of damage. So you have to be careful not to get caught.
Oh, one of the
Yeah, one gets
nice micro
snared,
right here.
Yeah, Kaiserklein's doing a nice job kiting this, and yeah, this is very nice.
Those dops were from the Rex, though, not to be mistaken from the 3 dop shipment. But more dops coming in, so that might be. He's gonna have to kite like all to the back of the map before he kills his 5 dops.
Yeah, and he's got to move some villagers, and he's getting snared just slightly here. I mean, this is very micro-intensive for Kaiserklein and not necessarily for Soldier. So Soldier's getting some value out of this.
And he's also getting a second TP on the left side of the map, so.
Yeah, I like this, and he's gonna age. I mean, he's got 1,000 coin and all of his villagers on food.
Yeah, and what are these Comancheras gonna do, like, for as damage right here on the other side of the map? Like, he has five Ulans. If he goes raid with his 5 Ulans and the Comancheras, he can just call Minutemen and hold. And I don't know what's gonna be the follow-up for Kaiser right here. But he's ahead in score, but no, that was the edge up.
Yeah, so both players are clicking up here. And Kaiserklein said he forgot placer mines, which is kind of huge. It's only costs 150 resources to get the upgrade, and it probably would have netted him like 300 or, you know, so by now. I don't really know, just random arbitrary numbers, but
He
yeah,
also has
it's pretty
steel
good upgrade to
traps.
get.
He has steel traps with 4 vills and food, but he doesn't have placer mines with 25 vills and gold, which, yeah, that
Oh
kind of
man,
matters.
that's brutal.
So, Soldier is in the 3rd age with the shipment, so we can see maybe a push coming soon with some skirms and 3 war brigands.
Yeah, I wonder what he'll send. He's a little wood starved because he did build that second trading post in Age 2, whereas Kaiserklein is up in Age 3 with 600 wood. That's also sort of the benefit he gets from Palatine settlements, is it will continue to give his houses population in the game. And Soldier's making more dops. I think he's going to try this dop thing again, but it might just get scouted.
But he didn't lose 4 vills, and now he has an extra TP, and Kaiser's going mercenaries. So, but he's Kaiser aged, by the way, if you didn't notice.
Right.
And then he's training Fusiliers.
Oh gosh, that'll be interesting. So yeah, Fusilier is like musketeer type unit, except for they don't have great stats per se for their cost because they're very expensive. But they're fast as heck, like just like so fast, like faster than Ashies.
5.5 speed.
Yeah, that's like a coyote runner or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah, something-ish.
Kaiserklein does not have advanced arsenal in his deck, so he can't be researching infantry speed at any point in the game, which is a little sad from a viewer perspective because I just love watching like 6-speed Fusiliers, but it's probably not viable in 1v1 anyways. But he's still gonna be training these, and yeah, so they just get melted by skirmishers.
Yeah, they're heavy infantry, so.
Yeah, I mean they have no range resistance. They do 70 ranged attack. I mean that's like a lot, but
A huge rate on the road.
oh yeah.
But if he can catch these Ulans, he didn't lose a single vill, right? I think 1 vill maybe?
Yeah. I didn't see him lose one. Let's look at units lost.
Oh, he lost a settler wagon there. That's all. Yeah, that's all. It's actually 2 fills. And Kaiser pointing out that he shouldn't troll, as this is quite an unstandard build, and
Yeah, I think he's realizing these Fusiliers don't give him a whole lot of value right now. I think the most value Fusiliers get is as like a raiding unit. Send them around the map and pick off villagers and then just kind of run away.
also don't forget that these Fusiliers cost 300 gold. But I think with the it didn't ship the mercenary shipment yet, so no,
Yeah,
that's only for the attack and HP. That's not for cost, right?
yeah, that's a different card, I believe. So, I mean, Kaiserklein is going to run out of mines quick soon. This one only has 200 coin. He's got to push out on the map here, and I mean, Soldier's just kind of cruising, to be honest.
Yep.
He should probably apply pressure.
Yeah, I think at some point he's just gonna right-click Kaiser.
Yeah, sort of like the counter to Merc strategies is just to put pressure on your opponent's gold mines because they run out so quickly.
Yeah. And as you just said, he has to push out for this, and if he catches this, there's not much that he can actually do because of the dobs, and he doesn't have like ranged infantry that has more than 12 range, so he can't really kite and force the dobs to come in and then snipe them. So it's kind of a do or die situation for Kaiser right here.
Yeah, and Soldier's going to pick off a few of Kaiser's villagers that are just trying to get to his mine. Or, okay, if he didn't pick off a single one, but he's going to get a huge raiding up top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rightly
that's brutal.
identifying that actually he has to pressure the mines because
Yeah, and he doesn't actually need these Ulans. I mean, he can win the fight without them, so
even
it's not
Black
like we're going to...
Riders.
Yeah. I mean, Black Riders are coming down, going to pick off some of Kaiser's Ulans. And these Fusiliers are fun and they're fast, but they aren't going to be that beneficial against this skirmisher army.
Maybe he can get like a miracle trade, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think so. And now these Ulans, which are escaping, are just going to happen upon these villagers, and I think Soldier's just going to right-click it.
Yeah.
I mean, Kaiserklein anticipating this, moving his army there too, but I just don't see a way that Kaiserklein can defend. Although, I mean, Soldier's not, he's only engaging with his cavalry here.
Ooh. Oh, this Fusilier is doing a lot of damage against those Black
Wow,
Riders.
yeah, the pickoff too. That's
Yeah, but
crazy.
they have 75 damage to these Black Riders, and he has 10 of them, so they one-shot like a Black Rider.
That's crazy. They're so fun, man. I wish that they were more viable.
Yeah, they should get like a slight decrease in cost, I guess, like 200 to 220.
Something like that. Okay, so Soldier is finally making his way over here with his infantry. He should be able to like maybe just like right-click. Although, I mean, Jaeger's going out for Kaiser, so I mean, he can suddenly hold this. There are like a lot of Doppelsonders, but
That's
oh,
good.
the more few.
And he's walking into
he's getting caught out.
The Ulans. Oh, but the nice micro trick, pulling the hand infantry in front of.
Yeah, that is nice. And there's not a lot of room for Kaiserklein to.
This villager.
Those.
But
the villagers are
5 more
die.
Fusiliers coming in. And those Black Riders are not gonna do that well against the villagers so fast, so he kinda has to. If he micros this, all the Doppelsonders are almost dead, and then it's just Black Riders and skirmishers left.
Yeah, Soldier has to be careful where he doesn't lose his entire army like game 1.
He's
he might.
He's in the skirms, and the Fusiliers coming in, and I think he's
the
gonna clean this up.
Fusiliers are gonna wreck these Black Riders, and you know Kaiserklein's gonna micro it well. I mean, 5 more Dops coming in, but what do? They're Jaegers and Fusiliers on the field. Those Dops are gonna die right away, and Ulan's being preserved to kill these skirmishers, and suddenly Kaiserklein is down 27 to 46 vills, but he's up in military, and if it's gonna have to make something happen.
And look where Soldier is
more raids.
He's kind of in the middle of the map, And this mine is about to run out, so he's gonna have to go in the middle of the map for this as well. So he's gonna have to make something happen. And suddenly
Yeah.
this game looks a lot better for Kaiser than it did 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, to be honest, so improved mercenaries just came in for Kaiser, so now these Fusiliers are actually decent units, and
And
so
these
are these. I mean, these Jaegers are beasts now too.
300 HP with 40 range resistance.
Yeah,
They're
despite the
basically.
fact that
Go ahead.
that, I mean, despite the fact that Kaiserklein is half the villagers of Soldier, I think I'd almost prefer to be playing him in this position.
Oh, that's
Uh,
true. I didn't even see. Oh wow. He's quite
yeah, I
far
mean, he's
behind
got
me though.
quite a lot of ground to make up, but he's just going to be able to deny all these resources, and what does Soldier do?
But look, the soldier is in the mood right here. And what do you have with 50 vills on wood? Like you gotta have a
Yeah, I mean,
transition.
with no map, he's going to have to just go on mills and like plantations. Which, I mean, the moment you build a plantation in German Mirror, you're probably just going to lose.
Fun fact:
If your opponent doesn't.
this Fusilier Fusilier almost two shots a null.
Honestly, I bet Kaiserklein is wishing he did have Advanced Arsenal in his deck, because I think that would actually be a very viable card to send at this point.
Yeah,
At that point, you could use Fusiliers to like catch Ulan raids and stuff. Like,
5.5 speed. It's actually a really hilarious unit to be honest. A five more
yeah,
coming out. Look at this. He's gonna be able to just catch him right away.
yeah. I mean, and these are gonna clean up these Ulans. Maybe not. I
Right
thought that was
there.
a pretty good fight.
Yeah, right. It was
And then the
about like
reinforcing ones. The
30.
reinforcing Fusiliers, they just teleport. You know?
Oh, but look at your
Dop
Morphil's
raid.
back.
Why is he still making tops?
What
I
a
don't
game.
know. I mean, Kaiserklein has like no villagers.
Yeah,
It's so much
if he can
more.
kill the army, it's over. But
Yeah.
that trade here near the bottom mine was so good for Kaiser, and now he's got momentum. Um,
Yeah, I don't think Soldier is ever going to be able to kill this army. He has laid a dock, but that's not going to pay off for a while. There is coin in the pond, though, so that could be a source of coin, because otherwise he has no way to gather it.
but what do you make like against this? Like you can go mass
Uh,
Gurm, but then you just lose against the Jaegers, and if you make cavalry, you die to the Fusiliers. So
he's still making dops, making dop Ulan and Q right now. Um, so yeah, and I mean this just got scouted too. So look at that, all the units getting right clicked there. All those villagers are gonna die. The soldier has no way to escape them or preserve them in this outpost.
even if he loses his vills, then soldier is right on par. But look at the army difference. It's 68 units population to
Yeah.
28.
So the soldier doing smart thing. I mean, I hope these are going to raid. You can't kill this army. Use these villagers as just a way to buy time and continue to. I mean, at this point, soldier just needs to make the game last longer, and that's what he's trying to do here with these raids. Although he is bringing some dops in here to try to save some of these villagers.
But he can't lose. It's better to lose the Vil than lose the Dop, I guess, at this point, because how low Kaiser is on eco already.
Yeah,
So
you're
even
definitely right.
losing these Vils, he's still 10 villager, 10 Vils up. Recalculating
Yeah.
though. This catching two Ulans.
Oh, look at they look cool. They were like swinging their swords around. I don't know why they were doing that. I
And
don't know.
look at their stance in melee mode, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what they were doing. It's so cool. Did Kaiserklein like just do that to show it off? I don't know. So, yeah. I don't know. These Ulans there are no bills up there. I want them to right click the bills on this mine, but they're going the wrong place.
But at this point, Kaiser has like one Fusilier in queue, and he has like 300 gold in bank and 500, 1500 on this mine. But yeah,
Yeah, pretty soon he'll run out. You can get like 10 more Fusiliers or something like that out of that.
a double
Yeah,
TC.
town center coming down.
Soldier.
Town Center coming down for Soldier too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
no, never mind.
is he gonna rebuy it? No, he doesn't have gold to rebuy it. Oh
Oh,
no.
yeah, he has no coin. Like, what does he make? Gonna make
Bows?
crossbow pike versus improved mercenary army? Like, I don't know. I think he's lost. Despite, I mean, he's up 20 score, but well, I mean, I guess mercs don't really show up in score,
No,
or
I think
I
they
don't know
do.
how that works.
I think in theory he has 17 bills and 20 ulet or 15 units. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Where do you go from here? Some bottom rail here, but like he's gonna lose the TC and oh Jaegers. But yeah, there's significantly worse
Too
than
many Ulans. He must have traded a lot of food to get those Jaegers out.
yeah, and in one fight, just turning around the entire game
Yeah.
for Kaiser, and I guess we're gonna see the GG come.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, with this second town center, Kaiserklein's gonna kind of catch up, and yeah. So that's the series. Kaiserklein wins at 3-0, but some close games in there,
Yeah,
despite it.
yeah, this was a really nice game as well.
Yeah, Soldier winning. I mean, outgathering quite a bit here. But if we just look at that one big fight, it's just brutal.
Yeah, and I think it was mainly also because the Black Riders were kind of behind coming from the gold mine, while like all his Ulans were already dead.
Yeah, and they were sort of putting some shots on the villagers, and they don't do a lot of DPS versus villagers, and I don't know. It was just kind of, the Jaegers got there sooner for Kaiserklein, and it just sort of snowballed this fight.
Look at the field pop.
Oh my gosh. That's a mark of a good game, in my opinion, when you have a field pop line that looks like that.
Yeah, this was a really nice game. All games were quite close. But Kaiser Klein takes the 3-0 over Soldier and goes on to the round of 8
Yeah, that's right.
with Germany.
Yeah, Germany is making it by. I'm curious to see how Germany will hold up as we get to better and better players, and you have more no TP maps if they are really viable,
Hmm.
versus a civ like India or Brit, or some civ that doesn't mind not being able to build trading posts.
Yeah, exactly. Um, like I always thought that Aztec Germany was quite of one-sided, even slightly in the non-TP map for Germany. But I'm curious to see how they do against Germany as well. Oh no, wait, he does face Diarug, right? Or am I wrong?
I was just looking up that, let's see, elimination bracket. No, he faces
Oh,
the
Maito
winner of
and
Mido and
Lucas.
Lucas.
Okay.
So probably, well, I was gonna say probably Mido, but I'm not gonna speak too soon,
Yeah.
because Mido tends to be inconsistent in tournaments.
Okay. Very nice game here between Kaiser and Soldier.